Good evening, friends. I'm Pooja Gandhi from Kirin Advisors. Welcome to the virtual IPO roadshow of Plada Infotech Services Limited. Plada Infotech Services Limited specializes in delivering comprehensive business process outsourcing services tailored to clients' specific needs, exceeding delivery standards, and providing high quality solutions. Using the latest technology and industry best practices is the company's focus. With a team of skilled professionals, a diverse range of services to support various aspects of clients' business operations is offered. Joining us today is Mr. Sailesh Damani, MD. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, Pooja. I also would like to welcome all our potential investors on our virtual IPO roadshow.
Mr. Ashish Shah, General Manager. Welcome, sir.
Thank you,
Mr.
Pooja.
Mr. Lavendra, CEO, End-to-End Corporate Advisors. Welcome, sir. Mr. Ivor Misquith, Indo-Orient Financial Services Limited. Welcome, sir. Now, I would like to request Mr. Sailesh Damani to give insights about the company and its growth journey. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. So, Plada was started in 2010 as a placement and a data entry company. So, the name derived Plada from PLA from placement and DA from data entry. We started our journey with a small team doing data processing of credit cards and recruitment. As of now, we are a 1400 plus manpower company and we are into diversification of businesses. To give you a brief of what businesses we do, to start with, we acquire merchants for banks, MNCs, and fintechs and startups and SMEs. So, what we do in merchant acquisition, we help banks and startups to acquire new merchants for their credit card acceptance and UPI acceptance. Next, we are into program management. So, as we were doing program management, we also found the need for the startups and banks have have their own for them to be in their core business and outsource us the acquiring, relationship management, field support business, and manpower related issues. That has been the growth of for us in a long term. And then, as field support is part of the merchant acquiring business, so we support merchants for their card acceptance and relationship management if they have any issues on the same. Then we diversified into payroll management and acquiring recruitment. So we recruit and do payroll management for banks and fintechs. Now we are also diversifying into our. So we are coming up as we know the pain points of the merchants. We found an unique idea to help merchant uh, on a UPI platform which will be launching soon. So that's our software development team, which is going to be a future of our business life. That's what I would like to say.
Mr. Ashish, would you like to add on?
So basically, I will brief you about the services which Mr. Shailesh Damani has shared. So in account management, which consists of merchant acquiring, relationship management, field support, and recruitment, which is an end-to-end program. This is our one service. One service is towards merchant acquiring. So we acquire merchants for various banks, payment aggregators, and fintechs. Third service is towards recruitment and payroll services, where we recruit and process the payroll services. And there is another service which is field support, which consists of terminal management, POP deployment, marketing and brandings. That consists of all our service segment. And Mr. Damani has shared we are soon launching a software service. So basically, from business part, this is that.
Okay. So now we'll start with question and answer session. I request all the participants to please share your questions in the comment box. So first question is from Miss Aarti Agarwal. Who are our top clients? Can you name them?
So what top clients are banks, MNCs, and SMEs. As we have an NDA, we can't disclose their names.
Okay. Next question is from Miss Ananya. What is our USP?
So our USP is that we provide end-to-end solutions, which is tailor-made as per the requirement of the customer.
Next question is from Mr. Prem Singhania. Are there any plans to expand operations internationally after the IPO?
Not at present.
Okay. We'll move on to next question from Ananya. What is the revenue contribution from top 10 clients?
Ashish, can you answer that?
Yeah, 98% of our revenue contribute from top 10 clients.
Okay.
And in March 23, we have closed a top line of 63 crores.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Bharti. What was capex incurred in last 3 years? What is planned for FY24 and 23? FY24 and 25.
So basically, in capex cost, we would require a laptop for further our IT infrastructure. So basically, from computers and laptop is our capex cost. And in financial year 24, as it is our object of issue, we are incurring 30 lakh rupees towards computers and laptops,
Ashish, Mr.
including
Ashish, your voice
accessories
is
towards.
breaking.
Hello, am
Yes,
I audible?
now we can hear you. Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Should I answer this again?
Yeah, yeah. Because we were not able to hear you.
So our capex cost includes basically the laptops, computers, machineries, and furnitures and fixtures towards the offices. And our plans for financial year 24-25, as we have already has an object of issue stating that we would be investing 30 lakh rupees towards laptops and computers for our IT infrastructures.
Okay. We'll move on to next question. Next question is from Mr. Bimal Gandhi. How does Plada differentiate itself from other BPO services providers in India? Service providers in India.
As we have a long-term relationship with most of our customers, and and also we are into diverse field where we give them additional services. That's the differentiator, because we have multiple, most by BPOs concentrate on one or two services. We have multiple services. That is the differentiator. And
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Prem Singhania. How do you ensure client retention and satisfaction is in this competitive market?
So we will be happy to share that our clientage, which are 7 to 8 clientage, which the relationship was started in 2010, are still with us and are a happy customer for us.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Gaurav Mehta. What is your on-site and off-site revenue segmentation?
Basically, revenue segment is based on, there are four segments which are incorporating revenue right now. So one is merchant acquisition, second is field support, third is recruitment and payroll management, and fourth is account management.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Robert. Can you provide more details about your each service verticals to get more understanding on the business?
Yes. So to reiterate, we are into four major services provided. First is merchant acquisition. So merchant acquisition is we help banks, SMEs, fintechs to acquire new merchants for them. Where we go to the potential retailers, explain the product of the customer, and take the documentation and enroll on into them. Then comes the field support, where we do the relationship management, field support or terminal management, POP deployment for the same customers. So it is in line with that. Third is payroll management, where we recruit as per the client requirement and also do the payroll services. Fourth is the program management, which is end-to-end services. So a startup who has a product, they can stick to their role of developing the product and so on, and we manage end-to-end from if it is into merchant acquiring, if it is into UPI payments, we do manage end-to-end relationship with the merchants.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Ananya. What is the projected growth after IPO funding?
So basically, we are expecting a projected growth around 18 to 20% on year basis.
Sorry, I'll just interject there. We're not allowed to give any sort of future growth numbers. So let's avoid, making such statements and asking questions on future growth prospects in the public forum. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to next question from Mr. Amit. Total number of employees and revenue per employee. What's the attrition rate?
So currently we have 1400 plus employees and revenue per employee would be around 4 lakh, and our attrition rate is somewhere around 7.25 to 7.5.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Bimal Gandhi. How would you assess the growth potential of the BPO sector in India over the next decade?
So basically, in the sector which we are, it's most on the digital payments, and the government is very much pushing the digital growth in India, especially in the tier 1, 2, 3 cities. So the growth potential is very high.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Prem Singhania. What are our competitors? Who are our competitors?
So basically, as we are into multiple segments and are into niche segment, so we don't see a direct competition, but in one or two segments like payroll, we have some competitions. Would not like to name the competitors.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Amit. What's the employee cost?
So Employee cost is around 40 crore in March
Okay.
23.
Okay. Next question is for Mr. Bimal Gandhi. Are there any existing debts or financial obligations?
Yeah, we have an existing debts, and the same has been updated in the prospectus.
Okay.
Yeah, I think existing debt pay you can shed a few light also, Ashish. That should be okay.
Okay, so the total debt would be around 16 CR, out of which the secured debt is around 14 crore, and other unsecured debt would be around 2 CR, 2 to 3 CR.
Okay.
And our object of issue, one of our object of issue is repayment of debt, prepayment of debt, which consists of around 3 CR.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Nirav Shah. Please give us how you are going to deploy the IPO funds and where and in how many months or years.
So basically, for our business expansion, there is a requirement in working capital requirement. So we are deploying towards working capital, and for towards purchase of laptops and accessories towards IT development, we are using some funds. And there is another point towards prepayment of debts. We are utilizing the funds and other general expenses.
And all of this
And
will be deployed in FY24 in the
yes,
current
Okay.
financial year.
current financial year.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Gaurav Mehta. With technological advancements in the BPO sector, how is Plada gearing up to stay at the forefront?
So we are developing in-house tools for our customers, and that is the niche segment where we have been doing a lot of work on the segments, and we are uh, doing the same going forward also.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Bharti Agarwal. Could you provide an overview of your client base? Are there any long-term contracts in place?
So our client base, as I have already mentioned, are banks, MNCs, and startups and SMEs. Our contracts are of 3 to 5 years, but are renewed every year due to the financial implementation to be implemented.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Priya. Who would you consider as your major competitors, and how does Plada's service offering stand out?
So we have also, the question is a repeat question, I feel, but I will again answer the same. So as we are into multiple segments, so we don't have direct competition in most of the segments. As I already told, we have some lot of competition in the payroll and uh, recruitment, where but there is a very huge potential growth opportunities as most of the startups, banks are now going for an outsourced services on this.
Next question is from Ms. Ananya. What is threat to our lines of business, or what are entry barriers to our business? What steps you are taking to maintain or increase your market share?
So as uh, we have said in our prospectus, our main threat is any change by on the government policies. Like if there is any change where the banks can't outsource any of the business, then it is a threat to us, which we don't see at present. And to increase the market share, as we have our long-term association with most of our customers, we get a referral from there, and so the new clients come into us.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Prem Singhania. Promoters holding will be reduced to 62.64% post IPO. This is very low. How would you gain shareholders' confidence to subscribe to the issue?
Ashish, can you answer this?
Uh, so we through IPO we are diluting our stake at 30%. So our promoters holding would reduce to 62.64%. However, post IPO, our projection numbers and our revenues and our incremental businesses, through that we are very confident, and through our numbers in past, we are confident that there will be a gain and confidence to subscribe to the issue.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Rajesh Bhatia. Could you provide more granularity on your operational efficiency metrics and how they compare to industry standards?
So we have basically in our segment where we operate on the merchant acquisition support, we have our total business line team set up, and for each and every customer, we have a different team as we compete. So we have lot of uh, same business line from two customers, but it has been seen that they have never been dissatisfied even when we are doing competition work with them. So we maintain lot of uh, we have different teams, and that is how we have been doing that for the last decade or so.
I would just want to add, Shailesh, if you can talk about
Yeah.
SLAs with clients, right? You have multiple SLAs with their clients. So
Right.
if you can just shed some light on those SLAs and how your business adheres to those SLAs and some of those performance standards.
So we have strict SLAs with the MNCs where we can't share the data as we have the merchant data, and SLAs that we don't use the data for any other competition. And still we are working with the same competitors on the same line of business. And we have clients who have been happy with us because we have always maintained the data security and everything. We are also audited by RBI on the same.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Robert. What will be vertical wise revenue breakup and margins in the each verticals?
So basically, in recruitment and payroll, uh, we have 39 percentage of our revenue breakup. In merchant acquisition, it is 16% of our total revenue. In field support, it is 24% of our total revenue, and in account management, it is 21%. And our overall margin, uh, gross margin is around 8.25 percentage, and our net profit margin is around 3.76.
Okay. We'll move on to the next question. Next question is from Mr. Amit. What are the entry barriers in the biz? What are the entry barriers in the business?
We don't feel at present we have any entry barrier in this business because we have been in this line of business for more than a decade. And so I don't think at present we have any entry barrier to the new businesses as we are getting lot of new clientage also to be added.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Vignesh Ahuja. What is our receivable days?
So our receivable days is between 30 to 35 days approximately.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Robert. What is the total team size we have for each verticals and your sales team size?
So basically, we have four senior management. In senior management, there are four employees, and in office, administrative, and marketing and sales, we have around 674 employees. And there are other employees which are under recruitment and payroll. It is around 800 to 850 employees.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Amit. How much equity is diluted in IPO and promoters holding post IPO?
So promoters holding is around 85% currently, and post IPO dilution is around 30%, and post IPO the promoters holding would be around 62.5%.
Okay. Next question from Ms. Neha Sharma. What led to the decision to go public?
So basically, the main objective for going public is we are into the public recruitment into 2 tier, 3 tier cities, and we wanted uh, our team to be have confidence in the company because lot of frauds have been happening in 2 tier, 3 tier city on the recruitment front. So we thought we should be more compliant and to gain confidence of our employees.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Vignesh Ahuja. What are your competitive advantages?
So as we told previously, our advantages is we are into multiple segments to our same clients. So we only don't give one service to a client, we give multiple services to the clients.
And
Next
it's a
question is
tailor-made business solution. So as per the client requirement, we provide them the services.
We already have a training and skill development team who trains the team on the regular basis, and we will going to do the same again with some more IT tools added to it.
okay. Next question is from Ms. Ananya. Ms. Neha, can you provide a brief overview of the company's financial performance over the last 5 years?
So the revenue for March 20, total revenue was around 50 CR. However, due to COVID, there was a dip in total revenue where we have booked for 44.6 CR, and in March 22 we have again reached to pre-COVID level. It was around 49 CR, and in March 23 we have booked around 62.5 CR, and there have been a growth from year to year basis from 21 to 20. It was around 10 percentage, and in from as compared to 22 in the year 23 we have a growth of around 28 percentage.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Rajesh Bhatia. Given the increasing emphasis or on sustainable business practices globally, does Plada have any ESG initiatives?
Not at present.
Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Mr. Bimal Gandhi, you have mentioned a significant portion of revenue comes from Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. What strategies are in place to diversify your revenue sources across other regions?
Ashish.
So we are catering now. We are catering pan India, and our revenue sources has increasing across the other region, and we are also targeting tier two, tier three cities. Uh, and we are have providing the services to pan India. So in next financial year, on our services would be diversified to other region as well as.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Deshpande. Are there any existing debts and how does the company plan to manage them post IPO?
So as already informed, we are from the we have existing debt and the unsecured debt we will be closing with this IPO finances.
Okay. Mr. Rajesh Bhatia, given your expertise in BPO services, are there any new markets or sectors you aim to tap into?
So as per the new market, the government is focusing on the East India, and now the SMEs and banks are also wanting to, as been it's been mandated to banks specially by the government. So we are looking lot of interaction happening in the northeast.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Saurabh Gupta. What is domestic and export contribution?
We are only into domestic.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Roberts. How do you see the BPO and financial services industry evolving in the coming years, and how does Plada Infotech Services Limited plan to adapt to these changes?
So as previously also, it's again a repeat question. I feel as the financial services is being driven by the government and the revenue. So it has been digital payment has been growing very fast in India. Also, news as the services where previously it was only the terminal which was used. Now it is UPI and soundbox which are more popular, and we are adapting to that change in the market.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Robert. Can you explain in more details the software solutions you are developing, such as Proof, Kundali, and Merchant Loyalty?
Yeah, basically, Proof is a product for the online merchants and for the consumers. So basically, if in unorganized sector, if a consumer wants to buy something but the cash on delivery is not in place, he either does not order or he will he will not, if he orders he might cancel the order later. So we have developed this product on the UPI where we will be giving these solutions to the merchants so that they are protected and the customer is also protected. Much I can't elaborate because it is in our niche segment where we are working. Kundli is our online, our own portal developed for the payroll management, and merchant loyalty is for the small merchants where they can have their own can they have their own loyalty at a minimum cost, so they can run their loyalty program, cashback, instant discount on the terminals.
Next question is from Mr. IPO Central India. What are the entry barriers in your industry, and how does the translate into pricing power at your end, if any?
As I already told, we don't find any entry barriers at present for us. The as also we are into the niche segment, the pricing is not there in most of our segment, only in the payroll where there is an pricing challenges. But as we have been, have our loyal customers, they have been helping us wherever the cost has increased, and they have been very giving us the rates as required.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Roberts. Who are your pre-IPO public shareholders? Are they related in promoters, employees, or investors?
So they are not related to us, and Ivar sir, can you give a light on this?
Yeah, sorry. No, so there is, so again, all the shareholders who are there in the company are independent shareholders who have, come on board. There are no, they're not related to the promoters, employees, and there are no such exit related uh, agreements with any of them.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Amit. Promoter holding is 80% currently. Who are shareholders holding 20%? Any exit plan for them?
I think we've already addressed this question. The names of shareholders are very well documented in the prospectus. And just to reiterate, there cannot be any exit plans once the company becomes a public limited company or public listed entity.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Roberts. What is the threat of AI you see on on the sum of basic services you provide, like payrolls management, account management, which are major contributor to your revenues? How you will take this?
So how AI can be a challenge to call centers and where the manpower can be replaced, but we are into physical, uh, so we it can't be replaced through AI where we have to meet the merchants and explain them the products or deploying of any services.
Mr. Amit, what is the market cap company is looking at IPO price? Also share revenue and net profit for FY23.
So the
Ivar sir,
market cap of the company.
No, go ahead,
yeah,
Ashish. I think he has the numbers.
yeah.
So market cap of the company at IPO price is around 43 CR, and the total revenue for financial year 23 is around 63 CR, and our net profit is around 2.33 CR for financial year 23.
Okay. Next question is from Ms. Ananya. Are there any specific milestones or benchmarks the company aims to achieve in the first year post IPO?
Yeah, again, I think it's a forward-looking statement, and we wouldn't be able to share any forward-looking or respond to any forward-looking statements. But nevertheless, to say that I think the company will try and make sure that they deploy the proceeds of the IPO in the objects that they have defined in the prospectus, and then build on the growth story that you have seen. Obviously, the company was impacted by COVID, and you've seen a dip in the numbers there. Post which the company has recovered, and they have grown the business as is visible in the last financial year.
Okay. We'll move on to next question, Mr. Bumper. Payroll management is 40% contributions, which is having lowest margin. Any plan to decrease dependency on this vertical?
So basically, yes, it is a low margin uh, business, but a huge potential business also. So we are looking at increasing this business to tenfolds, and we are working very highly and focused manner on this, and we are enrolling some big customers on this.
Next question from Mr. IPO Central India. Your net profit margin is roughly 3.5%. How do you plan to protect it going forward?
Ashish?
So basically, our net margin is around 3.76, and we feel that it could be easily achievable numbers, and we are looking forward for as discussed. We cannot share you the forward numbers right now.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Niraksha. Is there any chance of we be able to appoint contractor for us and we get our work done from them?
So at present, we do not do subcontracting, and as per our SLA, we deploy on our payroll only.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Roberts. How you plan to compete with big clients in your in payroll management if you want to grow tenfolds?
So basically, we are focusing on this. At present, we are focusing on the payment industry segment where we have our hold, where we can recruit people at the fast pace, and there we can and we are competing with big giants, and we have started competing with big giants on this.
Okay. I think we've covered majority of questions. Now we close. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Now, yeah. Uh, Thank you for giving insights about the company and IPO to the investors community. And thank you, investors who have participated for the IPO roadshow. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja, for
Okay,
organizing.
everybody. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.